Boys, coach Stephen Bravo Brown as assistant wide receiver coach. Say Todd Monken is still filling out his coaching staff, which will include new coaches from the wide receiver unit with the departure of Chad O'Shea and now Bravo Brown. So it looked like they have hired Stephen Bravo Brown to the Cleveland Browns. Ain't that something? Now, Todd Monken has been cleaning house since he got there. Now, I believe Jimmy Haslam and Todd Monken is cleaning house. We know the last coaching staff that they had was very, very unsuccessful. I just got to be honest. I think they didn't score 20 points for like a lot of days. I don't know this.
All right, here we go. Shedeur Sanders is heading into 2026 with zero distractions and maximum support. But before we dive into why this new coach is perfect for him, you need to see what's brewing behind the scenes with Dillon Gabriel. The Falcons just made it clear they're not committed to Michael Penix Jr., and Stefanski sees a perfect window to bring his favorite QB to Atlanta. The social media clues are already popping up, trade talks are already in motion, and honestly, Browns fans should be hyped about this, not sad. On top of that, Todd Monken just revealed his offensive philosophy with his latest coaching hires, and the way Shedeur will be used is about to shock everyone. This isn't your dad's run-heavy Browns offense anymore. It's about to turn into an air raid. Here's what just went down in Cleveland. The Browns officially hired Stephen Bravo Brown from the Dallas Cowboys as their assistant wide receiver coach. At first glance, that might sound minor. Assistant WR coach, big deal, right? Dead wrong. This hire tells you everything about Todd Monken's vision. He's not just filling slots, he's systematically dismantling Kevin Stefanski's old system and replacing it with coaches who know how to develop elite pass catchers. And here's the kicker nobody's talking about. This hire came with Chad O'Shea, the previous WR coach, being shown the door. Monken didn't just add, he replaced the old regime with fresh blood from one of the most receiver-friendly offenses in the NFL. Dallas, think CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, a passing attack that consistently produces. That's the DNA Todd Monken is injecting into the Browns' offense. And it gets even better. Monken also hired Danny Briere as the pass game coordinator from the Baltimore Ravens. Pause for a second. The Ravens, the team that just went to the AFC Championship with one of the most creative passing attacks in football, even with a running QB like Lamar Jackson. Briere spent 3 seasons there, starting in offensive quality control, and worked his way up. He's considered a rising offensive mind, a future play caller, exactly the type of young, creative coach who can maximize Shedeur's talents. So now you've got a Cowboys WR coach who knows how to develop route runners and a Ravens pass game coordinator who knows how to scheme guys open, all working under Todd Monken, who's known for aggressive downfield passing. Do the math, this offense is about to look completely different. Here's what makes this even more massive. The Browns haven't consistently scored 20 points in years. Their WR room has been a graveyard where talent goes to die. Not a single receiver improved under the old coaching staff. None. Fans are already roasting this on social media. One person said, every single coach that had anything to do with the Browns wide receivers can absolutely get lost right now. Not one single WR got better in that room. Facts. Another fan added, get anyone who worked with our wide receivers out of here. The sentiment is universal. The old staff failed. The new staff brings hope. And for Shedeur Sanders, this is the foundation he needs to succeed. Remember his Pro Bowl game? 2 touchdown passes, dominating with competent receivers who could separate and coaching that put players in position to make plays. That's what happens when a talented QB gets the right pieces, and that's exactly what Todd Monken is building in Cleveland right now.
Stated Falcons executive Matt Ryan is a non-committable Michael Penix Jr. person, being the starting quarterback next season as he recovers from knee surgery, making Browns quarterback Dillon Gabriel a potential trade target for Kevin Stefanski. Now, this isn't just coming out to be coming out, bruh. Stefanski was strongly in favor of drafting Gabriel in the third round of the 2025 NFL Draft and could reunite with him in Atlanta if the opportunity presents itself. Goes on to say quarterbacks obviously very important. Certainly a lot of discussion for us about this entire roster, Matt Ryan said. Now, Dillon Gabriel, 25 threw for 937 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions with a 59.5 per.
All right, now let's address the elephant in the room. This is where things get really interesting for Shedeur Sanders' future in Cleveland. Dillon Gabriel is about to get traded to the Atlanta Falcons, and Kevin Stefanski is the mastermind behind it. Here's why this is happening and why it's actually the best news for Shedeur. Dillon Gabriel was Stefanski's guy, his pick, his project QB. There were rumors of some shady agent moves during the draft that helped Gabriel slip to the third round so Cleveland could grab him. We covered all that when it went down. But here's the real point. Gabriel wasn't just a draft pick. He was tied to Stefanski's entire philosophy. A safe, game manager type of quarterback. Won't turn the ball over, but won't set the league on fire either. The complete opposite of what Shedeur Sanders brings to the table. Now that Stefanski is gone, everyone connected to him is getting the boot. Coaches, scouts, and players. If you were Stefanski's guy, you're not Todd Monken's guy, plain and simple. And now the proof is coming out fast. The Falcons are reportedly non-committal on Michael Penn Jr. as their starter while he recovers from knee surgery. And guess who they're eyeing as a trade target? Dillon Gabriel. The reports specifically say Stefanski was a huge advocate for drafting Gabriel in the third round and could reunite with him in Atlanta if the opportunity arises. This isn't random. It's Stefanski actively trying to bring his QB to his new team. And honestly, the Browns should let it happen. Facilitate the trade, help Stefanski reunite with Gabriel, and clear the quarterback room for Shedeur. Because let's be real, Gabriel threw for 937 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions on a 59% completion rate across 10 games and 6 starts this season. Those are backup numbers. Maybe in 3 years he develops into something, but Shedeur doesn't have time to wait on a third-round project. The Browns already have a generational talent on the roster. Trading Gabriel makes sense for everyone. Gabriel gets the coach who believes in him, Stefanski gets his guy, and Shedeur gets a clear path to being the unquestioned starter, no quarterback controversy. Atlanta fans are already losing it over this potential trade, and the comments are brutal. One said, "Let's get an underwhelming lefty QB to replace our underwhelming lefty QB." Another said, "Not a chance in hell we want that guy here." Keep in mind, they didn't even want Stefanski as their head coach, and now they're about to get both him and his favorite QB. But that's Atlanta's problem, not Cleveland's. The Browns need to focus on Shedeur, removing any potential distractions or QB competitions before they even start. Because if they keep Gabriel on the roster, the message to Shedeur is, you're the guy, but we're still holding on to the old regime's QB just in case. That's not confidence, that's hedging bets. Trade Gabriel to Atlanta, though, and the message is crystal clear. Shedeur Sanders is the franchise quarterback, period. No distractions, no plan Bs. That's the mentality championship teams have. That's how you build a winning culture. And Todd Monken is proving it with every hire he's made. He's not trying to blend old with new or keep everyone happy. He's making ruthless moves to put Shedeur in the best position to succeed. Look at the wide receiver coaching staff. It's been completely overhauled. Coaches who couldn't develop talent, gone. Replaced with guys from Dallas and Baltimore who know how to build elite passing attacks. The Ravens' pass game coordinator was specifically brought in for his creative scheme work, someone who can design plays to get receivers open and make the QB's life easier. The quarterback room is about to be cleaned out. Dillon Gabriel is headed to Atlanta, Deshaun Watson's future is uncertain, and Bailey Zappi might not even make the roster. Shedeur is about to walk into a room with competent backups who know their role. Every decision Monken is making is pointing in one direction, building around Shedeur as the franchise cornerstone. Here's why this matters. The Browns have been stuck in mediocrity because they've never fully committed to a vision. They've hedged their bets for years, keeping plans B, C, and D around just in case plan A fails. That mentality breeds failure. It creates uncertainty. It prevents you from maximizing your best players because you're too busy managing the egos of the ones who aren't as good. Todd Monken isn't playing that game. He's been coaching for 37 years, finally got his shot as an NFL head coach, and he's not about to waste it trying to make everyone happy. He's assembling the best staff, bringing in players who fit his system, and building an offense that can score and win. Anyone who doesn't fit, they're gone. That's what winners do. That's what championship organizations do. And for the first time in years, the Browns get it. Now, let's talk about this offense with Shedeur at the helm. Monken has a reputation for aggressive downfield passing, trusting his QB to make plays. Total opposite of Stefanski, who ran the ball 40 times a game and hoped the defense kept it close. One fan nailed it. Hiring a pass game coordinator after years of pounding the rock 40 times a game is like buying a